Welcome back to Kin in Line. I'll make this part 111. We're at the jazz in the late 80s, and this is Errol Cuddenby, who was a virtuoso keyboard player, sort of central to a lot of the bands that performed there at Razzmatazz and at the Warmer Gardens Hotel. So saxophone, Kevin Tim, that's the guy's name. So this is Kevin. I forget his dad's name, but Kevin moved to Australia, I think, and used one of my drawings as a cover for a CD that he made, or whatever you make today. I don't even know if it's still a CD. He was also an excellent guitarist. And we're back to that same chap who played the acoustic guitar with a jazz idiom. And the cymbals behind just add that little touch. So there's a bit of hammering in the background. We've got somebody apparently replacing a roof or something. Been going on for about 4 days. Anyway, here you notice just the subtle drawing of the hands just to integrate the whole guitar playing experience. I rather like this chap on his piano. The colouring worked quite well. Always such a gamble, yeah? Especially with this ink like I've drawn here with Errol Cuddenby. And this was a character, this was the Reverend Pasha. He was quite an anti-apartheid activist, but also played some great jazz sax. Patrick Pasha, I think his name. So now we get back to a non-coloured drawing or two. I can't remember where this was. But I do remember this was a guy, I forget his name, but he played at a concert in the Feather Market Hall. He was head of KPAB in Port Elizabeth. And he played with this guy. He was a visiting virtuoso pianist, some great classical pianist, I forget his name. So he's at a big grand piano there. And then I actually got the two of them together because they played a duet. And then I think we're back to the jazz. Or maybe the beach. Could be the beach now. This guy certainly looks like he's on the beach. This was at the jazz. I think there was like an arched entrance into this part where they played. It's like a big bar, pub area. And this guy's leaning up against that arched wall with drink in hand, soaking it up. And yes, somebody, now, as I said earlier, there was also a concert in the St. George's Park. There's a bandstand there. I don't know if it still exists. And I think it was a school or, yeah, it must have been a high school band. So this guy's playing the clarinet, as is this person playing some sort of wind instrument. A youngster. Quite like the colours there. And then somebody with ornate spectacles playing one of the wind instruments, maybe a trombone. And then, incredibly, the Scottish bagpipes, all dressed. I mean, people don't probably realize that all over the world you have these Caledonian societies, and they keep the Scottish culture going, you know, with the bagpipe music and playing possibly a trombone, maybe. There's a little trumpet playing man. Again, it's this quick fire drawing, quick fire colouring that gives the drawing life, you know. Some sort of esoteric musical instrument with a long pipe thing. What would it be called? A trombone, maybe. See, they're all working from sheets, music sheets. So they were reading music, whereas the jazz people didn't. I mean, they probably did read music, but they all just improvised and it all came together. But these weren't the experienced people like it. There's another interesting instrument, name of which I would have to research. Here's a trombone. I think I was mistaken with those others. Again, I like the painting as well. It just picks out the drawing much better. Now we're back in Grahamstown inside that cathedral. Darcy. So this was a procession. It's a very high Anglican service, and I attended there with my future wife, I think, Robin. And yeah, so we had that guy leading the procession probably, and then I don't know how in a few seconds I managed to capture this woman walking past with the candle. Maybe they stopped en route somewhere. But I really, in a flash, I had captured the whole thing. And then the minister giving his spiel. So I'd been doing this since the army back in 89, 90. 79, 90. Now we're in a decade later, and I was not giving up on these clergy. Wherever you look, there are faces. There are faces. Not good paper to draw on. I don't know why I tried it. But this was an attempt to draw an image of Don Kenyon, the cartoonist on the Daily Dispatch. It's probably the best one. So I just drew that from a drawing. We've got a few more items here. This could be Robin. As I mentioned, the Apple Express. Free pass. 89, so this was in 89, not 04. And here's a bit of a collector's piece since we're here. East London Museum, date 88, and this was the 50th anniversary of the discovery of the coelacanth, and guess who signed it? Marge Courtney Latimer. So it's a bit of a collector's piece. Sorry, don't know what's in this. Yeah. Okay, we're actually back to some duck, done in my classic spontaneous style. Not too concerned about outlines, rather get the life and spirit of the thing. And let line, well-executed lines do it. And likewise with these guinea fowl, helmeted guinea fowl they're called. So this was probably done in Settlers Park, which used to be a wonderful place to go, but now there are huge concerns about security, so I just don't go there anymore, sadly. Probably did these while bird watching with Luke. And that must be part of an aloe. Yeah. That's the aloe that. There's a nice view down the valley. And the dog. Occasionally encountered dogs. And then I remember this bird, some sort of pigeon or dove, which created a nest in the garage right near my flat in Brickmaker's Cliff. You can see the corrugated roof. So amazing that you've always sort of got to be alert to things, and it didn't fly off, So how often a bird will just disappear, but maybe it was sitting on some chicks or something. Anyway, I'm going to have to leave it for now. Cheers.